So we'll start in child's pose. Allow your eyes to close. An option to take the knees wide as the width of your mat, or draw them together for a different sensation. Know that child's pose is always open to you throughout the practice. So at any point, if you experience any pain or you just need a rest to recenter, child's pose is your home base. You don't have to wait for me to call it. And just feel the earth beneath you. Notice all the points of your body that are touching the mat. Begin by taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Another deep breath in, fill up. And release. Last time, breathe in. This time, hold it at the top for 1, 2, 3. Let go. Slowly begin to crawl your hands back towards your body, coming into a tabletop position. And we'll make our way to downward facing dog. I know you guys were expecting cat-cow, but I switched it up on you today. So send your hips back and up. Create a long line all the way from your fingertips to your tailbone. You can have a gentle bend in the knees if you need to start the practice. And just feel all 4 corners of your hands, all 10 fingers, all the knuckles of your fingers pushed firmly against your mat. Activate your Ujjayi breath. And then from here, we'll inhale, lift your heels high, coming up onto your tippy toes. And then send the right leg high for 3-legged dog. Bend at the knee, open your hip, awkward dog. Square your shoulders towards the mat. Maybe take a few rolls through the ankle here or through the hip. Moving in both directions. See if you can bring your heel closer to your seat and point your knee farther up towards the ceiling. Continue to push firmly with both hands and breathe. Right foot comes down to meet the left. Bring the big toes to touch. Inhale, send the left leg high. Exhale, bend at the knee and open the hip. And then take your option here, either roll the ankle or the hip. Notice if your left shoulder opened. Can you bring it back down towards the earth? And just feel the opening in the hip here. One more breath here. And then on your exhale, back to downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, gaze between your hands, and then step or hop towards the top of your mat. Your feet are farther than hips distance apart, and find ragdoll here. So option to have a generous bend in the knees and allow your torso to fold forward over the thighs. Option to let the hands hang low and graze the mat, or grab bicep to bicep. Maybe side, sway from side to side. Maybe shake your head, yes and no. And just do whatever feels good here. Continue to breathe. And then if you had your biceps clasped, release the hands down towards the mat. On your inhale, sweep your arms up skyward. Bring the palms to touch. Gaze up at your thumbs. And exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Heel toe your feet in a little bit closer, so hips distance apart from here. And we'll go through a sun salutation A. So inhale, sweep your arms skyward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, bringing the hands either to your shins or to the fingertips on the earth. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back into high plank. Inhale, shift forward, shoulders over the wrists. And then exhale, lower down, option either on your toes or your knees, halfway down or all the way to your belly. Your elbows are cinched into your rib cage. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. If you're in upward facing dog, check to see that your shoulders are stacked on top of your wrists. You're pushing against the tops of your feet, and your thighs and pelvis are lifted off the mat. Your shoulders are rolled down, and your gaze is forward or up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep skyward. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, arms sweep high, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant your hands, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down halfway or to your belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep skyward. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, sweep. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, plant your hands, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the heels, bend the knees, step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Option to have your feet hips distance apart or big toes touching. Slight space between the heels. Squeeze the inner thighs. Sink the seat down lower. Release any tension in your shoulders. Hold it here. Find your breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Move through your vinyasa here. Always the option to skip vinyasa and go straight to down dog. Right foot forward, warrior one. Pivot the left foot down, 45-degree angle. Front knee over the ankle. Reach your arms high and breathe here. Sink through the front knee a little bit deeper. And chaturanga. Take it through your version of a vinyasa. Left foot forward, warrior one. Inhale as you rise. Find your foundation. Find your breath. Chaturanga. Exhale as you lower. Inhale brings you forward and up. Exhale takes the hips back and high. Bend the knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're moving through sun salutation B. Right foot forward, warrior one. Building heat, warming up our body. Arms lifted. Push down through your feet as you lift up through the upper body. Get tall. Chaturanga. You guys having fun? Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. One breath here. Chaturanga. Exhale as you lower. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale, take it back. Bend the knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. One full cycle of breath here. Sink down lower. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Release the tension in the shoulders. Chaturanga, or option to meet us in downward facing dog. Find your breath. 3 full rounds of breath in your down dog, or option to rest in child's pose. One more breath. Inhale, right leg rises, 3-legged dog. Exhale, awkward dog, open your hip. Stay here, or option to move your weight forward, shoulders over the wrists, and flip your dog coming into wild thing. So right foot lands behind on the tippy toes. Right arm reaches up and over and behind if you're able to. So open, spiral the chest open as much as you're able to. Keep breathing. And then bring the right side of your body back towards your mat into high plank. Shift back, exhale for downward facing dog. Back, inhale as you come back to your high plank. And then roll onto the left side of your feet for side plank. Reaching right arm high, creating that rainbow shape underneath. Option to stack feet one on top of the other, stagger, or lower the left leg, left knee to the floor. Option to lift top leg. And then we'll come into wild thing again. So land right foot behind your body and spiral the chest open. Breathe here. And then we'll come back to high plank, and then option to flow through a vinyasa or meet us in downward facing dog. From down dog, reach the right leg high. Inhale. Exhale, step it forward, crescent lunge. So each foot is in its own tracks here. So widen your stance if you need to. Reach your arms high. You're up on the balls of your left foot. And then on your exhale, we'll twist to our right. Left elbow hooks outside of the right knee. Push the palms of the hands together. Point right elbow up towards the sky. See if you can use the leverage of left elbow on right knee to open through the rib cage. Breathe here. And then we'll open up to warrior two, gazing over right middle finger. Draw your shoulder blades together. Deepen the bend in the right knee. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Right elbow towards right knee. Left arm reaches up and over. You can play around with the bottom hand. So you can either rest the right elbow on right knee. You can bring a block to the floor and place right palm on top of the block. Maybe you don't need the block and you can come all the way down to the floor. Just play with that. And then you can also play with the top hand. You can sweep it up over your head. You can sweep it up towards the sky. Or you can take a half bind and reach it behind your low back. Maybe play with grabbing left hand with the right hand underneath the right thigh. Breathe here. And then wherever you are, release, and then option to flow through a vinyasa or meet us in down dog. Yogi's choice. Inhale, left leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, open the hip. Option to stay here or flip your dog. Spiral the chest open. On your exhale, back to high plank and downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, side plank, rolling onto the right outer edges of your feet. Left arm goes high. Find your variation. Option to lift the top leg and find your wild thing again. Coming up onto left tippy toes. We'll come back to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left foot forward, crescent lunge. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, find your twist. Right elbow outside left knee. Left elbow pointed towards the sky. Creating length through the spine. And then from here, we'll open up into warrior two, gazing over left middle finger. Inhale here. Exhale, extended side angle. So you choose where you want to go for this pose. Left elbow can be on the knee, towards the earth, or on a block. And top arm can either reach long or maybe find a half bind or a full bind. So left hand would reach underneath the thigh to find the right. Roll the right shoulder open if you choose that option. Spiral the chest open, gaze up to the sky. And then option to come into your vinyasa or downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, step forward towards the top of your mat. Inhale for chair. And then exhale, forward fold. Heel toe your feet out, hips distance apart. Lift your toes off the floor, coming into gorilla pose. So you're gonna step on the palms of your hands. Your toes step all the way up towards your wrist line. And just start to rock your weight forward and back. Massaging the hand gently. You can find a gentle bend in the knees here. And then release your hands from underneath your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms skyward. And then exhale, right arm crosses underneath left, moving into eagle pose. So right arm under, right leg wraps over left leg. I'll turn to the front so you can see if you need. Draw your knees to midline if they shifted to the left. And then pull the elbows up to the shoulder height. Sink your seat down lower. Activate the inner thighs. And release. Eagle, other side. Left leg over, left arm under. So your options for eagle, you can just cross the left foot over the right and just balance on the toe here. You can do a half bind, or a full bind would be your left foot wraps around the right calf. Wherever you are, sit down lower, pull the elbows up higher. And breathe. My balance is really poor on the left today. And then one more breath. On your exhale, fly your eagle and release. We'll come into a high plank. Chaturanga all the way down to your belly for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way on your belly. Bend the knees, bring your feet in towards your seat for bow pose. Grab onto the tops of your feet, your ankles or your shins. And then on your inhale, lift everything up off the mat. Draw your knees into midline. Roll your shoulders back. And see if you can lift your thighs and torso 1 inch higher. Roll to your right side. Keeping your feet bound with your hands. Feel the opening in the chest and the thighs. Roll back to center. Keep your bow. Roll to your left. So you kind of look like a fish flopping around on the floor. Roll the right shoulder back. Back to center. Release the feet. Keep the bend. Bring either the right cheek or the left cheek to the earth and windshield wiper the feet. Side to side. From here, we'll come up for double pigeon. So we'll start with left leg on top, right underneath. See if you can stack left ankle on top of right knee and left knee on top of right ankle. Option to extend the bottom leg long or use your blocks and pillows for support of the top leg if you need that. Create length through the spine. Option to stay here. This feels like a really good stretch already. If you feel like you need more, you can begin to crawl the fingertips forward, keeping a flat back. And if you walked forward, walk your hands back. Double pigeon other side. Right leg on top. Find your variation. What feels good for you? Inhale, get tall, and either stay here or begin to crawl your hands forward. Knowing that you don't have to mirror each position for each side. Your body is different on each side. Begin to crawl your hands forward. If you did, walk them forward. Release the legs. And we'll find ourselves back on our backs for our final pose of the practice today. The best part of practice, Shavasana. Allow your eyes to stay closed. Your feet and hands land where they need to be. Practice quieting the mind while you're in stillness, using your breath to bring you back to the here and now. And I'll offer a short daily meditation while you're in your resting pose. Feel free to tune me out if you prefer. Delight in yourself. Stop picking on yourself, worrying if you're good enough, wondering what people will see if you let them see your heart. This is what they'll see: that you are a lovable and delightful soul, a beautiful child of God. Be yourself and accept yourself, warts, waistline, and all. You don't have to sit up that straight, be that proper, or fear what others may see. Let your imperfections show. Share them. Love yourself anyways. Relax and be who you are. When you do that, your life will be fun and a joyful gift to others. People who will comfortably accept who they are, both their flaws and their good points, are healing, delightful, and fun to be around. Look at any work of nature: a canyon, a flower, a bird, a mountain, or a forest trail. Where does the perfection begin and imperfection end? It's the combination that makes a perfect scene. So it is with you. Relax, lighten up, let go of shame and fear. The whole picture is perfect and perfectly okay. Roll onto your favorite side into fetal position. Cradle your head into your arms. And use your arms to push yourself up into a seated position. Your eyes are closed. Bring your hands to heart center. Thumbs connect with the heart. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.